session, we're going to be talking specifically about the recipe. And you're probably wondering, recipe to what? Well, this is a recipe for how to create a life and lifestyle as a selling professional that's profitable. How about that? And what I mean by profitable is that many individuals who are involved in professional selling for a living are struggling to make ends meet. They are wrestling to figure out what it is that they need to do to take their game to the next level, to that area that they've only heard about, that space in the universe wherewith you are creating all the income you want on demand. How would you like to get to that place? In this jam session, we're going to be focusing specifically about how you can actually do that and to kind of make it relevant. Let me tell you a little bit about me, where I came from, so you can understand exactly how it is that I could go from being told I could not make $26,500 per year to a high six-figure income in a short period of time. What do I mean by short period of time? Over a few years, right? And I want to show you how I got here because it's important to your strategy. And what I mean by your strategy is that what you will realize is that it's not complicated, it's not difficult, it takes a commitment, and anyone can do it. And if anyone can do it, that means you can do it. Or that means the people that you work for or work for you can do it too. Does that make sense? All right, let's start with this part. My life came from, or I started in the selling professional at an Acura dealership where prior to coming there, the restaurant manager or the district manager at a restaurant told me that my worth to them, all right, someone else's definition of what my worth is, was not $26,500 per year. And that it would take me 5, 10, 15 years to make another 50,000. They said to make 50,000 was going to be, I think it was like 10 years in the future, whatever it was stupid. But anyway, the point is that that's someone's opinion. Now, here's the reality. When I came to the Acura dealership to work, I knew nothing about selling, absolutely nothing. The closest thing I ever came to sell, right, was would you like a Big Mac, right? And that was the closest I ever came to selling something. And now I'm in this profession and I'm selling a $50,000 vehicle. And I knew nothing about this. Well, they gave me a day of training, day or two of training, whatever it was. And it was the road to the sale. That's it. And so the recipe for that type of profession or that type of salesperson that in the business that I came from, the automotive space, was that you learn the road to the sale, you learn product knowledge, and then you go to work. And so the first customer I ever talked to laughed at me. And that person made me feel this small. Not just they made me feel this small, but all the guys who were behind me in the dealership window that were falling on the ground laughing at me made me feel this small. But my commitment to my family caused me to want to search for the solution. And that's what I'm talking about as far as the recipe. Here's what I realized. Everything comes down to strategy. Everything about your career comes down to strategy. I remember being very hungry one day with a decision to make. Why? Because there was a certain amount of there was a book I needed to buy. There was a book that was written by a guy by the name of Dale Carnegie, right, called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it was in audio format. I hate reading, but that book was in audio format. It was almost $35, I think it was, if not more than that. And I wanted that book. And so I bought the book and gave up on the food. But guess what happened? I learned something in there about human interaction that caused my life to change. Why? Because the next deal that I worked on with someone, it just so happens that I understood what it meant to attract someone with honey versus then repel them with lemon juice. Words, right? So the recipe for me start with content, knowledge. I started reading books, started listening to tapes, started doing all the things that I thought I was supposed to be doing based on the fact that the guys who went before me, Zig Ziglar, Anthony Robbins, Dale Carnegie, Les Brown, all the big boys, they said, this is what you're supposed to do. And I was motivated. They were motivating me, but they didn't give me a plan, right? So through my books and through the audio tapes and the seminars I went to, I met all of these guys on the pages. I absorbed all of their content for me. And I became a motivated derelict. I was fired up, right? But I realized that I was better than the guys who only knew about the road to the sale. Why? My attitude was better. So if my attitude is better, even though I didn't know what I was doing the same meet and greet stuff, right? That meant that I was better than them. And so it worked. I made $50,000 that year, $48,000 and change from June until September, $48,000 and change, something like that. And prior to that, someone told me I was worth $26,000. So here's what I'm saying to you. If all you do is fix your attitude by start replacing the content that goes up in here with content that says that you are worth more, you're capable of more, you can do more, I believe in you, I'm rooting for you. All those, the positive energy that comes from changing your focus, right? Your paradigm shifts to have someone who is such success-minded. What will happen is you'll start attracting a different type of customer to your door. You'll start attracting different type of people into your life. And then you'll start realizing that you are beginning to grow. If that's all you can do is start reading those positive books, listen to those positive tapes and motivational series, that's one piece of the puzzle. But that's not all of it, right? So the first part of your recipe, and we go in depth in this in detail later. But for this session, I want to talk to you about the fact that you're going to have to get books, you're going to have to get to CDs, you're going to have to get MP3s, you have to do videos, you're going to have to get content. In essence, you're going to have to get content that will allow you to become better at being you. Yes? Okay, perfect. So that's number one. Number two is you're going to have to develop a strategy, right? A strategy is a very, very, very fancy word of saying a blueprint, a plan, a roadmap. Yes? So we're going to have to develop a strategy, and this strategy is original. So the strategy I'm going to share with you is that you're going to have to realize and learn the fact that your work, your business plan for your career has 4 elements. 4, right? You're going to have to engage in business development, BD, right? You're going to have to engage in RTS. If you see me do this before, hanging with me, the road to the sale, right? Then you're going to have to get into CRM, customer relationship management, right? Then you're also going to have to get into the stuff that holds all this stuff together, which is going to be business management. So 4 processes, right? This is a strategy for a complete selling professional. Business development, the road to the sale, customer relationship management, and then managing the book of business, the activities that hold everything together. If you got those 4 strategies and you've learned how to execute them, then you are on the path. You've got a great attitude. You know what it takes to become success-minded because you're immersed into content that affects the way you think, the way you exude confidence, the way you interact with people, the way you feel about the universe and your world. That is your place in this place, right? And then you got a strategy for engaging in the specific activities that piggyback on top of the next activity, right? You can't talk to people in the road to the sale unless you talk to them, unless you bring them to you or someone brings them to you. But if your company's bringing them to you and your company stops bringing them to you, then you're starving, right? So business development gets to the road to the sale. The road to the sale gets to customer relationship management. Customer relationship management brings them right back to business development, and it starts all over again. Do you understand that part? Okay, great. Now, let's talk about the next process, and that it's called personal development. Okay, so personal development is one of those really cool strategies that allows you to acquire all the knowledge that you need to become competent at the specific activities in here. Let me get a different color marker for you. Personal development allows you to become better at the skills, systems, and processes that you're going to engage in every single day to do your job well. You have to have you have to become good at the little things. People skills, technical skills, goal setting skills, negotiating skills, phone skills, networking, all those skills, a whole host of them have to become part of your ongoing desire to become excellent at your craft. And so by engaging in personal development strategies, you become better at business development, the road to the sale, customer relationship management, and managing the book of business. Ergo, you become better as a selling professional. Now, I shared with you some time ago that if you're going to become good at what you do, you're going to have to take personal responsibility for yourself. That's a tough one for someone who depends on someone else for their livelihood. But if you're interested in becoming a super salesperson, a professional, an unlimited income earner, a 6-figure income earner, Here's what you're going, well, even a 7-figure, depending on how hard you want to work or how well you want to work, right? If you want to become that type of person, here is what you have to come to terms with. This stuff here is your responsibility. It really is. You're going to have to commit to getting the content, the books, and so forth. I have a whole reading list for you that you can actually tap into. You can start buying some books. Go to Amazon, whatever it may be, but start with Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go get Who Moved My Cheese, right? Those 2 books are great starting points. How to have confidence and power in dealing with people, and so much more. You need to get up and start getting into the game, right? Leaders, you got to get into the stuff like, Good to Great, fantastic book. The key to your success as an entity involves getting the wrong people off the bus and the right people on the bus. So as a selling professional, if you're looking at your business, your book of business, right? Your career, you have to start getting the things in your space that can make a difference. And put down the milk and cookies. It's time to eat some real meat, some steak and potatoes, all right? Awesome. See you in the next jam session.